Morning, everybody.
Morning, Rabbi.
This week's parsha is Bahar. Bahar starts off with commandments of when we will come into the land of Israel. We have the obligation to keep the sabbatical, to keep the Shemitah. 6 years we work the land, and the 7th year we have to let it rest. We're not allowed to work the land. We're not allowed to even take in the food, the crops of the land, and keep it for ourselves. We have to let it be out there for free. Everybody's allowed to take. You're allowed to take, but you can't keep more than what's out there in the field. So the story is told of a family in Israel and Eretz Yisrael that they were farmers. They were not religious. But one day they said to themselves, we're living in the land of Israel. We're here in this land. We have to do something that's Jewish. We have to do something that represents Judaism in the land. So they decided they're going to start to learn the Tanakh. They're going to start to learn the Torah, the Jewish history. So they started reading the Torah as a family together. They would read every day, portion or whatever it was. Finally, they came to this week's portion. And this week's portion was very, very accurate to where they live. And it spoke to them. It talks about farming. Talks about the sabbatical year. So they are farmers, and the father says, it's impossible. How could you not support yourself for a whole year? I mean, it doesn't make sense. So they keep on reading, and it says, V'tzivisi es berchasi. The Torah says, and if you're going to ask, if you're going to ask, V'chi soimru, you're going to say, Ma noichel b'shana shvis, what are you going to eat in the 7th year? Helo in Israel. We're not planting. So if we can't take in anything from the field, anything addition more than anybody else, you can't hide, you can't save, you can't put away. So Hashem says, "V'tzivisi es berchasi," I will command my blessing, lachem, to you, bashana hashishis, in the 6th year, ve'asas es atvua l'shloi shanim, and it will produce food for 3 years, for the 6th year, for the 7th year. And then you have the next year, you have to start planting again. It takes time till you start seeing produce. So it's really like the 8th year or the 1st year of the next cycle. So I will give you for 6, 7, and let's call it 8. So one of the children tells the parents, "Here, look, it says clearly. What are you going to do?" So the wife says, "Okay, let's try it. You got to try it. You can't write it off without trying." So they decided they're going to try it. So what happened was they were in their farming, they were unique with it came to peppers. And he says he used to sell a pepper for about 3 shekel. He had a whole calculation, 3.5 shekel a pepper. Anyway, what happened was, one of the places where peppers usually come from, I don't remember now offhand, they had a tremendous loss over there because it was it was a hurricane or something went up over there. So a company came to them to get peppers. I guess a company makes hot peppers or whatever it is. And they ended up paying them for their peppers, I think 15 shekel. Wow. Instead of 3.5 shekel, 15 shekel. It's almost like 5 times the price. So they said, it doesn't necessarily mean that the Torah says that you're going to have actually produce, but you're going to make the money. So they came to the rabbi, that Shemitah, they said, this past 6 years we made a lot of money. We are fine. Just tell us how to do Shemitah. We don't know how to do Shemitah. Give us all the laws. So this is really something that we can learn from it ourselves also. We have the same concept. There's something called Shabbat, something called Shabbos. We have to take a rest. We have obligations to daven, to pray, to learn, to fulfill our commandments, and to keep the festivals. And we can ask the same question. If you're really out of business for X amount of days a year, how are you going to survive? How are you going to do it? So here's the answer. V'tzivisi es berchasi. Hashem will command His blessing. He will give you. He will give it to you. If you do what you have to do, if we do our part, Hashem will give us the blessing and the miracle in our personal life. So let's go get it, champ.